Afternoon all. This is quite an interesting, how would I say, it's disappointing, but we need to know. We really need to know. Now, I work for a government department. I belong to the PSA union. And because most of us government workers who belong to unions usually get emails sent direct to us, informing us of what's going on within our unions, stuff that's happening, discounts and such like. That's okay. Well, it came up to the elections. So they sent all the members this a campaign. Let's do even better campaign, which on the outside, sort of fair enough sort of thing. Let us get involved in politics sort of stuff. Now, for those of us that are in the PSA, we know we are supposed to be apolitical. Okay, we are the public service. We operate for the government of the day, and for the next government of that day. We are apolitical. We should not have any favourites. Yes, as members, we can talk amongst ourselves on who we like and that, but as a union, our understanding, and when I've talked to other members, they've all thought of the understanding that we are apolitical. We cannot go that way or that way. The union should not go push either party or promote either party, so that we, as public servants, because we're all in government departments, stay neutral and stable, as it were. Well, we got this Let's Do Even Better campaign to do with wellness and stuff like that. And I watched the first video, and the woman looked like Jacinda, acted like Jacinda, talked like Jacinda, had the mannerisms of Jacinda. And I went, this is looking very Labourish. It's sort of like they're pushing Labour here. So I sent an email to the PSA campaign that was running it, a gentleman called Brendan Lane. Well, I asked, I gave my concerns that, about the woman and the colourings that they were using and that, and I says, is this a Labour promotion? To which Mr. Lane, Brendan Lane, sent back an email. It was very good, saying that Labour has never had, I'll rephrase that the PSA is non-political, never has promoted parties, has never received money from Labour, and so I thought that was rather odd, because I'd seen articles in the paper and that where Labour had given the PSA money, and the PSA had run a promotion with a certain government department to get them to sign up as PSA members. So I put all those bits of paper in, and so of course I got an email back where Brendan sort of backtracked a little bit and says, well, yes, I suppose we do, sort of thing. Now, the problem is with a lot of people in these ivory towers, They think that those that are working in the lesser jobs are pretty thick. We're not. A lot of us are quite onto it. I was going to take up journalism as a career, but I had a bad experience with that, where the editors went and ran a story that was not one that I wrote. Yes, I wrote it, but they went and changed it and edited it so it didn't sound like the one I wrote. Well, anyway, I was listening to this, and in the email. Now I've got all the emails. I've got the paper trail. And Brendan Lane had said that, the PSA had not been involved in politics or supported any party. But Nation, I went to send the email back. Now, these are all on government email. And it says, do you wish to send this to a third party? And I was going, that's odd. Why is it going to a third party? Well, of course, it was going to a thing called Nation Builder, which is a database type thing that was being run. And I started to think, I'm not quite sure about this. So I looked up who Brendan Lane was. Now, Brendan Lane is running the campaign of let's do this even better for the PSA. He's got all these speakers and all these things, and the wellness and all the things, all these phrases that you're hearing a lot from the Labour camp. And so I looked him up. I looked up his LinkedIn page. Now, everyone knows that, crumbs, if you're bright enough, you can look people up. Well, Mr. Brendan Lane, he was a joint manager for Jacinda Ardern's campaign for the election just gone. He's also been part of pushing Labour stuff through for the last couple of elections. He's a campaign manager, and he says that he enjoys campaigning and he enjoys pushing Labour. Well, Brendan Lane is PSA. So, that's what happens. If you're so passionate about your party, then you'll make sure that whatever you do, you will push your party, just like I do, New Conservatives. But I like to do things honestly. So I sent an inquiry to the Electoral Commission. I says, is this right that a PSA can run? Is this being political and electioneering? To which they sent me back an email stating that Brendan Lane had signed the PSA up as a third party. So the PSA has been signed up by Brendan Lane and I think one of the other ladies that are high up in the PSA to run as a third party this election. Now, alarm bells are going off here. Alarm bells are going off. Brendan Lane is using his position to weaponize the public service, and there are a lot of people in the public service that aren't going to vote Labour, maybe aren't going to vote National, but they are all throughout the spectrum. They are not going to vote Labour. Yet Brendan Lane has set up a campaign promoting a clandestine campaign promoting Labour through the PSA. Didn't ask any of the members who may object. He's just gone ahead and done it. I think this is really wrong, especially for the public service. Really wrong. That a person is using his position to promote a political party, especially knowing that a lot of the members do not support that party, and the PSA fees that members pay are going forward to promote a party they may never even vote for. Now, Brendan Lane has fobbed me off. He basically thought that I was a bit thick and wouldn't cotton on to this. Well, I've cottoned on to it. I've got the paper trail. I can prove it. I've got the emails. So the whole of this election, and especially the public services, are being weaponized so that Labor can win. You know, they're going under this clandestine, let's do this even better thing. No, they're not. Really what it is let's get Labor in again. Run by a Labor campaign manager who is running a Labor campaign under a different heading through the PSA. Brendan, if you want to get me into trouble or think you can, do so. I have the emails. And I believe that the PSA membership should know, and the public should know, that the very civil servants that have to serve every government are being misled and channeled like sheep going through the chutes into a truck to vote for certain politicians, because that's another thing you've put out. You've put out, well, you are going to put out, I've yet to see the email that's coming through, that these are the politicians you should vote for. That's what you're doing. You are informing us, the members, which politicians we should vote for, the ones that are following the wellness objectives that you've got. And we all know, I can put up many, or probably a couple anyway, where Jacinda is sitting there just going, wellness, wellness, we are following the wellness, sustainability, wellness, wellness, wellness. That is the very thing that you've been using. Wellness, wellness. The PSA, the whole PSA promotion is wellness, wellness. Vote for wellness, sustainability. Yes. Brendan, you're a Labor campaigner. You've been exceedingly clever here. Exceedingly clever. I just hope other political parties pick up on this and see how you are weaponizing the civil service, the civil servants, myself and others. And I have talked to other members, and they think it is so wrong what you've done. So wrong. You know, apolitical. Civil servants, apolitical. If you want to run a political campaign helping Labor, do so, but don't use the PSA as your vehicle. Other unions can do it because they're not really civil servants. We are civil servants. And you're using us to vote in your political party. You're using your position, and it's wrong. It is wrong. Sure, the Labor supporters may totally agree with you and think, yes, it's fine, it's fine. Well, no. Not if membership fees are being used in a promotion of a party that we will never vote for. I hope this goes far and wide. I really do. People should know what's going on. people in high places are doing stuff to promote this current government getting back in. All I gotta say. All I gotta say.